for liftoff, T-minus 5.
2. Joe Rulin joined along with Tornadoes head coach Nick Novak here just before the section final matchup against Andover. Coach, last year your season ended with a tough loss in the section final. Maddie Frecking with 36, that loss to Andover. It seems like maybe that's kind of really been a good inspiration for your team this season now that you're 18-8 so thus far.
Absolutely agree. That was a really heartbreaker. When you start off the game and you're down 27, you put yourself in a rut. But we're using that to inspire us this year to start games fast and put a stomp on them right away.
Coach, in your sixth season here at Anoka, you've had a tough season this year along. As I mentioned, 18-8. You've had some tough teams. You've played a variety of teams in the top 10 in the state, not only for Class 4A but 2A. But you've come around and avenged some of those losses and put together a 10-game win streak and some good momentum coming here.
I think it was really important to go through that. We were calling it the gauntlet early. Playing against those top teams in the state really prepared us for our conference play. When you play those really top teams in the state, conference play seems a lot easier.
Good. And this year, hey, the number 1 seed in this section. How would you describe your Anoka team?
We are a hard-nosed defensive team. We buy into defense. We know we have to shut teams down. Defense will lead to great things, and our offense will follow after.
Coach, congratulations on your season thus far. Good luck in your game coming up here this afternoon against Andover. And, hey, the best games are ahead.
Yes, thank you very much.
Joe Rulin, they roll him back after this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4, 3, 2. Moments away for a tip-off. The Andover Huskies taking on Anoka in the section semifinals. We're joined by first-year head coach Audrey Drees. And, hey, describe for me this first season for you here as the Andover Husky coach and the success you've had.
Yeah, it's been a great season so far. We graduated a lot of people last year, but coming into this as a first-year coach, we have a lot of talent, just not a lot of varsity experience, so that was kind of the focus, was just to gain the confidence for the girls to play at the varsity level. We have 2 seniors and we have 2 juniors, so just to kind of build on that, and then having us new coaches kind of come in at the varsity level, as well as learning all new offense and defenses. So it was kind of a lot for the girls at first, but, we've come together as a team. The chemistry's been there. The last half of the season, we've really been connecting as a team and playing really good basketball. So it's all coming together.
Well, it's all really kind of evolved. As you mentioned, you ended up 3rd in the Northwest Suburban Conference. That says a lot about your leadership and the quality of the development of the team as well. But you also have some good key post players this season.
Yes, we do. Yep. So Logan Miller is our freshman post, and we also have Mila Evers as a junior, and they've been our bread and butter this whole season. They work. We kind of based our offense around them. They play a really well high-low together, and Mila can play inside for us, and she can also shoot the three-pointer. And then Logan's just been key for us down low, getting offensive and defensive rebounds as well as blocks, big defensive stops for us.
Well, you're getting ready to take on the number 1 seed, the Tornadoes. What'd you talk to the team about before?
They're definitely a very beatable team, and we've, unfortunately we lost to them twice this year, but both under 10 points. And so it's hard to beat a team 3 times, and that's what I told the girls going into it. If we do the little things right, like take care of the basketball, hit our shots, and just play good team basketball and believe in the system, we can win.
Hey, and you also had a great win in overtime versus Blaine. That sparked a lot of momentum. So good luck here this afternoon on your game. And it's great to connect and great to see the success you're bringing to Andover in your first season.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Joe Rulin along with Audrey will be back with the Huskies and Tornadoes basketball coming your way in a moment. Welcome to the Anoka High School, home of the Tornadoes. Their introductions are just completing. Huskies taking on and hosting the Andover and Anoka battle tonight here on Section 7. This the second of 2 games. Joe Rulin joined along with Nick Walsh. And Nick, this is the second game. The first was a thriller in itself.
Yeah, a really great game. Centennial ends up winning it by a 67-61 margin in a game that Forest Lake had a lot of opportunities to come back. They just couldn't get over the hump, and so it's going to be the Cougars to take on one of these 2 teams on Thursday night.
Set up here as you got a squad here. The Tornadoes come into the mark of 18-8, 15-12 for Andover. Not the first time these 2 teams have met this year, Nick.
Yeah, they've played 2 games, and they were both fairly close games, a 7-point game and a 9-point game. Anoka won both of those games, but as you well know, it's very difficult to beat a team 3 times in a season, and so an opportunity here for Andover to potentially knock off the top seed, although the top seed getting the home games, which is a little bit of a different scenario than in years past in this section.
It is. Launching a 3 is Evers. Her first 3 of the game off the tip, and the Huskies moving in the white uniforms right to left. Rebound controlled here by the Tornadoes. They work it down low. Frecking along the baseline. We'll get you some updates on her numbers as well. From the wing, a little too strong on the 3. Capped it and brought back down. And now back the other way comes the point guard. And Ellie Fields for Andover. Working it back up top for Olsen. Now back to the wing. The Fields, a thrilling win for the Huskies in overtime over Blaine in the quarterfinals. That's how they got here. Evers looks for another 3. Off the backboard and good. 1 for 2 for 3. She's one of the leaders in 3 points made by this team, and Evers, the junior, puts the Huskies up 3-0.
And we saw it in our first game, and now here in the second, the bank is open on a Saturday here in Anoka.
3 again, trying to reciprocate there. Anoka, a little too strong off the rebound control. That time again by Fields on that shot. It was taken again, back again by Kuyan. Drive to the lane, trying to control, bounce back out the Hills. Matching up both of these squads inside, and a double dribble called and a turnover there by Fields. 3-0 lead for Andover here early in this first half.
Turnovers were a factor in our first game today, and a turnover here to start this game early, and a little full court pressure shown here by the Huskies.
To the wing drive, kicked out Frecking. This 3-ball corner, yes!
Smooth from the corner and a nice feed into the corner. Nice find for Frecking as she hits the 3 to tie things up.
Peterson leads the team in 3 points made for the Tornadoes. That's her 32nd of the season, knotted up at trifectas. It's back out. Up top now to Fields. Fields calling out to play the senior guard. Looks to the post inside, now reverses around the backside. Here's a 3 attempt. No, a little too strong again on that time on the 3 attempt by Olsen.
This is a tough defense for Andover to go against. They scored just 14 points in the first half of their last matchup.
Had a good look that time, decided to pass it. Kuyan, and now back into possession here for the Huskies. Huskies 15-12, averaging 55 points a game. Switch up top. Fields drives the lane off the glass, short. It's swatted out of bounds that time. Goes off of Logan Miller.
Not a lot of room. Anoka's really closing in on that lane area. Obviously, Logan Miller inside a very difficult matchup for any team. And just a freshman inside as the post. She's going to be a very good player for the next several years.
Some struggle getting it across the midcourt line. The Tornadoes rotating it now to the far side. In the corner, another 3. Us is up and good. 2 for 2 is Peterson from beyond the perimeter. 6-3 the score now in favor of the number 1 seed Tornadoes.
A good ball rotation once again by Anoka to find the open player.
Fields kicks it back out. Evers says, I've done this before. This one too strong. Off of the back of the rim. Rebound collected by the Tornadoes. Couple of big scores. Good post players for Andover inside in double figures. Of course, you've got to look out for Frecking. She's in double doubles. Points and rebounds. Stopping, popping, fracking.
Offensive foul.
First foul of the game going to be whistled, I believe, on Ianni. Deborah Ianni picks up her first foul. She's averaging, by the way, 13 points a game and 10 rebounds as well, Ianni, for Anoka.
Got her on a moving screen on that shot by opportunity for Frecking.
Works the perimeter, trying to get it inside to Miller. Kicks it back out to the wing. A look for three. High off the rim, then hits a wire just above the hoop, and turnover on that. It's awarded back to Anoka.
It was a good idea there by Logan Miller using that inside-outside game. Anoka's kind of closing in on the inside to try and take out Miller, and so what they did there was trying to get the outside shot. It just didn't go down.
Logan Miller averaging 17 points, 10 rebounds a game for the freshman, a 6'3" freshman. She's up top, trying to guard inside. Who's got Frecking? She puts the shot up, and coming out of nowhere was Fields, at least to disrupt the shot.
Yeah, look for a minute like she might have an uncontested shot. The defense closed late there, and anytime you come off your feet, you're susceptible to pick up a foul like that, and so Fields picks up the foul.
Frecking to the line with over 1,800 points in her career. Misses the first of two. She's averaging 21 a game and 14 rebounds as well. She's just a tremendous athlete, and we talked about where she'll be going off mic, and that's to St. Thomas, shortstop for the softball squad, and she is a tremendous shortstop as well as a basketball player. Into the post, knocked away, back out ahead to Miller. Miller finds Fields. Fields cross court. She finds Evers. Evers lifts one off the back of the rim, controlled on that rebound.
Very clear that Anoka's game plan is from the outside, working in when they need to, but their plan is the outside, and part of that is because Anoka's giving that to them right now.
They are. Knocked away. Nice defensive play to defuse a scoring opportunity by Ava Shaw. You can see the work inside. Good reach. They will try Anoka to find their way and get the access into Frecking. Who wouldn't? Frecking drives to the lane, left hand, now kicks it back to the corner. Ianni says she'll take the three, but it's a high rebound controlled by Miller.
That was a great pass by Frecking, throwing it across her body into the corner, but again, both teams a little bit cold from the outside to start.
Down low, good pass. What a beautiful dime. Connects to Fields for hers too, and a great-looking pass by Shaw.
We've seen some really good passes by both teams. It hasn't always converted into points, but the passing so far early, finding the early players both inside and outside.
Strong move, tossing it up and off the glass. What focus by Frecking. And she's got three here for Anoka. Now a 9-5 lead for the Tornadoes.
Coach Andre Drees wanted a travel violation. It seemed like there was a few steps in there, whether it was a travel or not. Who knows?
They go high, low, then they go medium on the shot and the pass back to Evers. She can't convert, in and out. Working it back up now, trying to get the exchange. Ianni up top, over to Frecking. Good D here by Husky. Swatted away that time by Miller. She says, not today. DeKimbo-like.
No, on a Saturday.
Off to the wing just in front of Nick Novak, the head coach for the Tornadoes in his sixth season. Tornadoes playing some great D this far. Long to the corner. Evers had it, now goes back up to the top, and that's Shaw. Shaw kicks it to Fields. Fields stops, pops, and it's partially blocked. They'll get the ball back, but just 4 seconds left on the short clock.
Give some credit to Lizzie Shopnick underneath. She was denying Logan Miller several times. They tried to get it inside, and the defense there by Shopnick was really, really good sealing off Miller.
It's been a signature for the Tornadoes this season. I'm talking to Coach Novak. Here's a three, lifted, shot front of the rim. Almost caught looking. But the Tornadoes at the time, we heard the expiration of that mark there. So we're set now with 11 minutes to go. A fast-moving first half here at Anoka High School. The Tornadoes trying to elevate their lead now. 9-5, pass inside the flex. Eventually in the hands of Frecky. A little crossover dribble by Frecky. Kicks it. Now sets the pick. A step back. Now tried to get back out. Miller pushes it right back out, but into the hands of the Tornadoes. Driving the lane a little too strong on the drive that time by Kuyan. Baseline drive, Field puts it up and gets the end one opportunity. Fields hit a clutch shot to tie the game against Blaine with about 2 seconds left in the quarterfinals. She's got an elbow going to her cheek, and she kept her focus to get it in.
Moving quickly and very aggressive going in and picking up the bucket, closing the lead to just 2.
Fields averaging 4 a game, has 4 already here in the first half. To the post, Peterson. Peterson has 6 points. Trying to save it, but unable to do so for the Tornadoes. Certainly not from a lack of effort by Kuyan.
Tornadoes lose the basketball, but they might have benefited actually from that ball going out of bounds. This allows their defense to get set on the next defensive possession.
Kuyan will take a bench, and Holmgrenson now comes in. 10-20 left here in this first half. Huskies down by 2. Working it up top, looking the rotation. Olsen now drives, finishes, and gets it. She got the run started and closed it up at the hoop, averaging 5 a game.
That was a really good move, going all the way around the defense to find a lane to the bucket to tie things up.
Down low, kicks it to the corner. Another 3 attempt here, too long. Good scrap. And good play by Evers. Evers in the right spot, good hands, got to that ball and then knocked it off of the Tornadoes player.
Yeah, that shot for the 3, it didn't look too bad out of the hands, but there was nobody on the weak side for Anoka, and so it was kind of a rush to get there, and then the ball goes out of bounds.
Looks to set a pick and move, and now a push is called on behind. I think that's going to go to Peterson. If it is on Peterson, it's her first team foul, number 3 of this first half for Anoka. We're knotted up at 9 apiece with 9:42 to go. Joe Rulin along with Nick Walsh and some high caliber girls high school basketball coming your way. So the long kick back out to the wing, rotating around. This is for 3. This is short. Olsen with that attempt gets it back out. Fields fakes it now, drives to the lane, waits for everyone to pass, and then puts the shot up and misses. Defensively, back the other way. Peterson now is going to set up. Stalls, a little bit delayed dribble inside. Waits for Frecken to get down low and feeds Frecken for the 2.
We saw it in our first game of the day, and we're seeing it in the second as well. The referees are really letting them play out there. Not as much physicality maybe yet as we saw in the first game, but very few fouls on the floor so far.
It was a great delay dribble that time by Peterson to allow Frecken to get down the court. This pass and a shot inside by Miller, unable to convert. Good defensive play there by the Tornadoes. Up comes Frecken to the wing. Shockneck circles it back, now kicks it back out. Working it near side. Anoka continuing to get some pressure, and this is a look for 3 that's unable to convert.
Not a real surprise that this is more of a defensive game. The last time these two met, it was a 45-36 game.
Inside, tries to go with the left hand, blocked. Good strong play there by Frecken. Once again, Laram is in the game, number 12 also for Anoka. That was deflected on the 3 attempt. Yeah. 2-point lead.
In that game, Andover only scored 14 points in the first half. They trailed in both games by double digits, were able to close in both games, but not enough to come back as Anoka travels with the basketball.
I think Shockneck that time, or Shockneck, was looking to do a step back, maybe fade away, and whistled for that. Turned into a moonwalk.
Which is fine as long as you dribble the basketball in the process.
Turnover there. Huskies get it back, a chance to tie it up, and brings it inside, cross court, a look for 3. Unable to convert. that attempt by Homburg.
That was a nice play there to find Holmberg in the corner, but again, just a lid on it for both teams right now.
Trying to take it down low, kicks it back up. Now out to the wing. Holmgrensen feeds it back into Ianni, and Ianni gets a second chance.
Good defense by Evers on both of those plays. Shots got off, but they weren't high-quality shots because of the defense.
Tried to get it high-low, back down, step in front. Very graceful in her attempt to try to hold that over and back. Some felt that the ball was contacted by Anoka.
Well, a little bit of a question whether or not there was possession on that play, too. If the ball is tipped out and there's no possession, then you can go back into the backcourt to get it. But they said that Andover had possession of that basketball.
A good crowd on board here for the section semifinal. Ianni gets it inside, puts the shot up, and draws the foul on Evers. Evers did a good job just keeping her hands and arms straight up on that play, but nonetheless, Evers whistled for this foul.
First against Evers, only the second foul against Andover. Anoka only has 3 fouls, so a very low propensity game as far as fouls thus far.
Of course, you heard from the Andover first-year coach, Audrey Drees, a graduate of Andover High School, and good to chat with her. 1 of 2 on the attempt from the charity stripe for Anoka. 3-point lead, 12-9 for the Tornadoes. They go low. Again, Evers kicks it back out. Works it around the clock. Now below. Chance Fields. Closely guarded. 15 seconds left on that shot clock. They finally get it inside. Good footwork, but unable to close the deal. Shoknek with a nice defensive play there on the shot by Logan Miller.
You know, the first time these two teams played, Miller had 31 points. The second time, they held Miller to only 8 points. So they learned a way of playing defense, and it's working here again today for them.
A give and go back inside. Kicks it back out to Lirum along the wing. This drive going up, drawing the foul on Fields. Nope, they called the travel. Turnover, in fact. Good play by Fields.
And that's a good call. You see that Anoka's Kuyan going in, and she grabs the ball, and then she takes about 3 or 4 steps even before she goes up. So good call there on the travel.
Mira Bobby now into the game for Andover. Rotate a couple of the bench players. Get some fresh legs. Driving the baseline. Bobby kicks it out. Evers got the 3. Too long once again off the back. Good strip that time by Bobby. She is feisty inside and good hands. Almost had the turnover, but it's given back to Anoka.
The Huskies hit the first shot of the game was a 3-pointer. They've been cold since. They just can't find the bottom of the bucket from outside.
Back in now. Starter number 15, Drew Peterson. She's hit 2 trifectas and has 6 points here in this first half. It's a 3-point lead for Anoka, 12-9. They look inside, kick back. Now, trekking. Looks to go to her left. Trying to find it inside and walked. Nope, 3 seconds. Either one of the violations. And turnover for Anoka, and a chance here if the Huskies can get their legs under them. Hey, place is packed. You've got still a lot of buzz, a lot of energy from that first game.
Mm-hmm.
The pace of this game is going so fast that, sometimes it just takes a few possessions to get everything underneath and try to get the cutter going below. Did Bobby, picked off by Ianni.
Well, both teams are playing really good defense, too, and we're not having a whole lot of stoppages in it. The tempo is interesting because it seems like it's a fast tempo, and yet neither team is capitalizing on it because the defense has been good on both sides.
Evers picks up her second foul for the Huskies. And I know that has been a focus for the Tornadoes this year, as head coach Nick Novak had said, hey, the defensive mentality of each game has been a focus, and the girls buy into that defense and want to Each team down every time down. Off the inbound. Collecting the ball, putting the shot off. A miss there. Huskies just under 5 to play. Here in the first half, still trailed by 3 at 12-9. Fields takes it to the corner. Some quick hands, and a try to get a pickpocket that time was Kuyan.
Yeah, really active hands there by Kuyan.
Huskies will inbound in front of the Tornadoes. The Tornadoes again come in with a mark of 18-8, averaging 59 points a game. Tried to get that pass in. Usually some great hands inside Miller, but that one just got away from her. The last time I was here, Nick, was when Anoka played Providence Academy, and they lost by 40 plus. Well, after that game, they put and stacked together 10 wins in a row, and that's probably a good reflection of the team. And I asked Coach Nick about that situation and what he talked to him about. He just talked about, hey, it's one of many. We knew we were going to play some tough teams, and they played Crosby, Ironton. Those are the 1 and 2 teams in Class 2A. They will be battling, I think, if they don't play each other in the semifinals for the state championship in Class 2A. And they've faced a lot of 4K scores already this year. From the corner here, and that rims out on that 3 attempt.
Yeah, a lot of Division I talent for both teams on those AA rosters, Providence Academy and Crosby Ironton.
Inside, little spin move, and converting off the glass is Frecky.
Frecky has not had a lot of room to work, but that time she did find a seam. She's got 7 points in the game now for Anoka.
That's a good pass inside, gets her feet underneath her, gets the offensive rebound, and then draws the foul. Miller, she is relentless for the 6'3" freshman. She likes that free throw line, too. She went 11 for 11 from the free throw line, and they're meeting with Anoka back on January 13th.
It's the second team foul inside on Iene.
And, of course, Miller hits. Thanks. I was hoping she would. We know about that etiquette as announcers, that as soon as you compliment someone, it just does the opposite. Iene is off right now, headed to the bench. Refuel here and probably come out in just maybe another minute or 2 before the end of the half. Converting both is Miller. It's now a 14-11 lead for the Tornadoes. Kuyan dribbles across. She's being monitored there by Fields. To the elbow. Looks to get a high-low pass down. Inside, Frecky gets it, puts it off. And I'm not sure how that didn't go awry or take a strange hop. But it's no good on that shot because it's out of play. It hit the wires that an Andover shot did earlier in this first half.
Boy, this is really a low-scoring half. Both games, Anoka led by double digits, but it was 35-24 and 25-14. We're going down even deeper into the defensive abyss here today.
Olsen attempt on the 3 did not go. One and done for Andover on the board that time. Under 3 to play, 14-11. Anoka, Frecky, fakes the give and go back, drives, hard rebound. Miller tangles with their Frecky, kicks it back out to Shoknik off the glass for 2. They do say banks are open.
I did. Boy, we've only seen a couple of threes in this game, and they've all been off the bank.
Scramble for the ball, convert, it goes back to Andover. Shoknik on the season's averaging 4 points a game, but she's so strong of a defensive player.
These last 2:33 are a little bit of a danger zone for Andover because they've been able to hold Anoka really, really quiet. They haven't been able to get anything offensively either, but Anoka hits a 3. If they get another bucket off a stop, like they get the turnover, this could be a danger zone.
Full head of steam, tries to reverse layup on the steal. Does Anoka, and Peterson will go to the line. Will draw team foul number 4 for Andover.
That's a tough foul on Miller. I know the idea that she's trying to keep the shot from going down, but you've been beat on that, and so it works out because the first free throw is no good, but a tough foul there for Miller.
So far here this afternoon, it's been 2 3-pointers for Peterson. And she converts on a couple of other free throws here. So now with 8 in the first half. For Peterson, she's averaging 10 points a game. Out to the wing, trying to run through that offense. Nice bounce pass inside. Poked out free from behind by Frecken. She gets the loose ball.
Back-to-back turnovers for Andover.
Frecken sees a teammate in the corner. 3-ball corner, now driving to baseline. Now the kick back out, cutting inside. Kuyan off the back, and their last for 2.
That was a really good pass by Lirum. She was along the baseline and had run out of baseline. She was about an inch from being out of bounds, but found the open player for the bucket.
Largest lead of the game now for Anoka at 9, trying to cut into that deficit on the runner, down the lane. Hard off the backboard there by Shaw. And again, it's those last couple minutes of a half, right? Kind of a key component to keep your eye on. 1:30 left here. Frecken's going to drive the lane through bodies off and misses the rim altogether. Controlled by the Huskies. Huskies hold back, set it up, almost the steal. Now in possession, Olsen, and then Evers tees up a 3, unable to convert.
Anoka has held Andover scoreless for a long time at this point, and this is a 6-0 run. They've led both other games against by double digits. They've got a shot to do so here too.
This might help. Fields gets the steal, pickpockets, then wants to hit a teammate down low, unable to convert there to clean up, and no, they're going to call the foul on Anoka. That's going to send Ani Olsen to the line. Good pickpocket that time by Fields. It was Kuyan who was trying to bring it up on from the pressure she faced on Fields. Kuyan will head to the bench for a while here. Holmgrenson comes right back in. 53 seconds left, and you can see the steal emerge there.
Olsen, a 73% free throw shooter during the season. Misses them both.
Cannot convert. So, 9-point lead for Anoka, 20-11. They have the possession. Toss it into Shoknek. Shoknek spins, gets a good look, and hits! I think they played back thinking that maybe she was going to pass.
Shoknek turned around, and Miller had backed off of her. She had nobody on her, so decided to just go ahead and shoot it.
Miller thinks about the 3, now drives to the lane, pickpocket on a steal here by Frecken. Back the other way, Frecken plows through, and they're going to call a tie-up, and they will give the ball back to Anoka. 22-11 after that make by Shoknek.
Well, and they can hold for the last shot, and if they do so, this Andover squad's going to go in the locker room with just 11 points. That would be the lowest output of the 3 games this season by a margin.
You can see in the replay a good call, good hands by Fields to tie it up. Frecken on the wing, dribbles. Now gives it off. Hand off here. Lirum will take the shot to the lane. No good. 1 second left, and the ball will go back to Anoka. Stay in their possession with a half a second left in this first half. Will do. Here we go. Unable to convert was Anoka. So we're at the half. It's a 22-11 lead for Anoka, the number 1 seed in the section. The winner will go on to play Centennial, who won the semifinal game just moments ago. And we'll step away, take a break, and we're going to go to some of the best of QCTV. Join us back here live in a moment.
Well, we've actually kind of had a lot of adversity this season, some ups and downs, and I feel like we've, having those battles has set us up for tonight.
Some extracurricular pushing, shoving, as intensity has certainly increased for both teams.
And, it just takes one weird bounce and your season's over.
He's going to roll to the right. He's going to throw to the end zone. Knocked away.
We're building for today. You play 8 games to get ready for this.
Not so fast. Brister here scores! Pops up with the peanut butter.
Play action rolling out left in trouble. Dodges another would-be tackler into the end zone. Touchdown!
I'm not sure what Vegas has for the over-under for our camera person in center field getting deflected.
Steps into the middle. Wrister goal. Wow.
Can he do it? Turns it over. 2 points. Neck wide open. Kuyan 3. Switch.
See some of the Husky fans eating a nice healthy meal.
This one is hit high in the air, center field, right center, up, and that's out of here.
Humble. Good feet inside. And what a shot by Schindlebeck.
A base hit big time.
High and above, and it's a goal. Mac Jones. But Danny Welch up the middle, and he busts it. 40. He is gone.
Scratch that, Joe. They do have momentum back.
Trombley over to Reeder. Perfect step by Trombley. Reeder drops the hammer. How about that? 1 point. So it did come down to second and third as you predicted.
Hey, QCTV, good job picking this meet for television.
This is phenomenal sports entertainment. I mean, it's really good. Forrest Lake to the net. Near side, into the net. That'll do it.
And again, they did it as everybody got involved. And now there they are back in the championship game.
Gilk sends it to the front. Gilk in the middle. There it is. Carly Gilk seals the deal. Crews to the right, Rebels to the left. Raptors serve. And we are underway. Batted over. Belfield long. Rebels win. 15-12.
All alone, goes up, tries to draw the contact, and drains it. The respect of these two teams, realizing what's at stake, what's there, and the Huskies are going to the state tournament.
That's what it's all about. You win one more, and you get to go downtown Minneapolis and go to the bank.
Sets the wall. Next one
There it
scores off a blazer. That thing drew paint off of the bike. Roll out of play, and the Huskies are going to take home a quarterfinal state tournament win, 3-2 over the number 3 seed.
We have the best fans in the state, some of the best wrestlers. Thank you, everybody. You continue to keep this tradition alive.
Congratulations to the Andover Huskies, their 7th consecutive Section 7AA championship.
He's got to look. Now he's got to run. He's in trouble. He's being held on to. Caught. He throws it to the end zone. Caught Affia Beckway. And the Anoka Tornadoes are going to the bank.
As a member of this community, as a former faculty member and coach, it is an absolute thrill. It is an absolute thrill to be able to watch these athletes work their butts off and then be able to reap the benefits of it and feel the unity of being a part of this community. And isn't that something that all of us want, to be part of a community? And that is the greatest thing of all.
Thanks to the crew and QCTV. Have yourself a major league evening at a minor league price.
So we have a great amount of girls that have returned. We do have a young program, which is great, and that's what I love as a coach, is to have a young program. So the goals this year is just to get that varsity experience for younger girls and to continue to build on the foundation of this program.
I
I think it's going good. We had a lot of seniors graduate last year that played like a big part on our team, so it was definitely a rebuilding year. But so far from our first game until now, I feel like we've improved a lot. We've learned how to play with each other, and I think that's helped us win more games.
The season's going really well, I think. We're doing a lot, like working together as a team, and it's hard because we're all so young, but I think we're going to use that to our advantage because we got a lot of height, and it's just helping us like really work together and be a family. That's our motto this year, is family.
So far we've kind of just been focusing on our team culture, and just really like our team motto this year is family, so just being together and always like cheering each other on. That's kind of one of our main goals for the season.
I think just continuing to instill confidence in all of our players, young and old, is important. And then, yeah, just like having confidence in each other, making sure there's always that fun aspect of it, like enjoying laughing, smiling, stuff like that.
We love team bonding, like after games, going out for team meals, even on away games. We always end up going out to eat, so I feel like that's always our favorite part.
Oh my gosh, we have so much fun together. We hang out like every single day. Before practice, we get Starbucks.
We love Starbucks runs.
We always have our pregame Starbucks runs.
There's lots of Starbucks involved.
Starbucks again.
Like Chipotle, Zupas, Crisp and Green, literally everything, Nautica Bowls. I think there hasn't been like one practice where we haven't like either gone before or after to get food, but like we're basketball players, we need to eat, and we're always eating. A big goal that we have this year is to kind of just like leave our legacy for us seniors. Like there's only 2 of us, and we really want to make a good impact on this program. We got a whole set of new coaches, so we're just all working together to kind of lead the team, and we have a lot of goals to just like compete and show that even though we're young, we can still do so much with everything that we have.
I think it's been a great year so far. It's an honor to be back here as the coach. I graduated here back in 2008. I also played 4 years of basketball here at the varsity level. So it's a full circle moment for me to be back here, and it's a very big honor to coach this program. We have such a wonderful group of girls that are in this program, and it's been a great year so far.
Getting ready, warm-up shots being taken, but 22-11 lead for Anoka in this first half. But we got to look at some highlights that did exist here in this first half that both teams maybe trying to heat it up for the second half.
Well, that was the early shot. That was Violet Evers for 3. That was one of the only three-point baskets in this first half. And then you see later on Ellie Fields driving in. She leads the team for Andover with 4 points in the first half. Meanwhile, on the other side, Anoka with Maddie Frecking. She had 7 points. A lot of the players, most of the players are being held below their averages on both sides of the basket. You see Ayeni driving in. Check that. That was Kuyan. She's got just that one basket in the first half, averaging 6. So not too far off the pace. But overall, we're just seeing, just very low outputs. You look for Andover, and Logan Miller's averaging 17 points per game and only 2 points so far in this half. So we're looking for scorers on either side to start warming up.
And that was Jeff Nelson, the super fan.
The super fan,
he
yes.
needs maybe a little juice it up a bit here as we get going for the second half. And a good look at Jeff, always a great stat figure, and brings us some great info and insight all the time here. The Huskies, as you mentioned, trying to get under, trying to get their legs under them. Sometimes some of the games you need to slow that brain down a bit. And the Huskies, the good news, just down by 11 and see if they can dial up some offense here as the Tornadoes try to trap on the inbound. Almost a turnover, but now picked up by Evers. Evers has it controlled, gets it to Fields. A little chaotic pressure to begin the second half via the Tornadoes. Inside to Miller. They feed it against Ianni. High off the glass and gets that one to fall.
Just 2 points in the first half. She doubles her output there. And a difficult shot, though. She was well defended, went high off the glass for the bucket.
And you're right, not the usual list of scores. Shoknek averaging 4 a game, had 5 points, including a three-pointer in that first half. Here comes Andover on the run, 22-13. Fields brings it up to the wing. Shaw now back again to Fields. She's guarded there closely. Underneath, rotating the ball. I'll look for three, and this is front of the rim and back of the room. An active rebound brought down that time by Ianni. Frecking down low, off the glass, gets her own rebound, puts it right back up. She hasn't had an easy shot. She's had to contort her body to get every shot off, but that time she got her own rebound.
Well, good awareness. She knew that shot was going to be off. She followed up well, and the defense kind of cleared out for her, and she had an open layup.
Frecking just 7 in that first half. Moving away. Good, strong hands on the spin move, settling it in. Miller has 4 points here in the second half to lead the Huskies.
Clearly in the locker room, the talk was about getting Miller some looks early. She didn't have a whole lot of shots in the first half. They were more going outside, kicking it in to try to be more effective on the outside, but that didn't really work either.
Around the corner here is a look there back from Peterson. Shoknek wants to take another three. Gets the bounce off the back and the rebound by Evers.
And good position by Evers, blocking out and boxing out for the rebound.
Settled here, and Olsen cross court to Fields. She likes the three. Scatters around the rim. The rebound controlled by Frecking as the Huskies have won their last 4. In fact, the last loss for Andover came to Anoka. Oh, what a beautiful move. Footwork, spinned off the glass. Frecking now with 11, and it's an 11-point lead for the Tornadoes.
That's good active hands by Lizzie Shoknek, getting that hand in, poking the ball away. It stays with Andover, but that allows Anoka to set their defense.
Huskies this year tied for 3rd in the Northwest Suburban Conference with Maple Grove. Steele, seeing this, stepping in front. Peterson gets it, takes it to the bank for 2.
Yeah, good jump step there by Peterson to jump the pass and then drive in for the easy lay-in. And this is the biggest lead of the game now at 13.
Peterson had 7 in the first, had 2 more now. She's got 9 for the game, and it's a 13-point lead for the Tornadoes. Bounce pass back out to Fields, top of the key, almost a turnover. It is a turnover. Frecking picks up the loose change and moves it across midcourt. Frecking has not had a game where she has not scored in double figures all year. Hence, she just got that 11, now double figures. A shot, rebound, called up. Fields puts it up high for Miller, and then they call a timeout by head coach Audrey Drees, and she's done a great job this year here with the Huskies, moving up to 15-12 in your first year when you lose 4 of your 5 starters that they had last year. Of course, Miller's older sister Morgan now playing at Clemson, and also Voller as well. She is playing at Sioux Falls University and averaging about 10 a game there. So.
Yeah, whenever you lose that type of core, it takes some time to redefine yourself. And, what they've done now is they've kind of gone young again. And now here you've got Logan Miller, just a freshman out there, to go along with, a couple of seniors, and Miley Evers is a junior. So, you're kind of reinventing yourself a little bit with a new star in Logan Miller.
Yeah, we talked about how it's almost like a reverse start with this contest, because Fields was averaging 4 a game. She had 4 in the first half. Shoknek averaging 4 a game. She had 5 in the first half. Peterson now with 9 in the game. Cunyan has just 2 thus far. Frecking now with 4 more and a half has 11. And
look at something going on the floor at midcourt.
Yeah.
I think one of the volleyball stanchion areas has come loose. And so they're actually taping it down right at center court on the far side across the court from where we are. And so apparently a player probably pointed out that they may have stepped on it or something like that, and it's come loose. So a little floor maintenance going on here at Anoka.
Absolutely. Inbound. Miller. Short off the glass.
Yeah. They're going to call Miller for pushing off on that rebound. She's going to pick the foul. That's her second foul, and just the first foul of the second half.
Yeah, on either team. So
just called her for the bump there, going up against Kuyan.
Kuyan will bring it up. Challenge there by Fields. From the top of the key, handoff back to Frecky. Kuyan stops, she'll pop. Had stepped into that shot nicely. Had a good rhythm off the board. Now Fields will bring it up for the Huskies. Stopping, kicking it back out. Miller's going to tee one up for three and hits. Much needed. Miller, her first trifecta of the game, and now 9.
Right. Joe, I think we both had full heads of hair the last time a 3 went down for Andover. That was certainly needed.
Frecking tries to answer, cannot. Back again. Good board there by Miller. Time, kind of moving time here for the Huskies at the elbow. High low, down low, gets to Miller, in and out, tried to convert. Good pass that time by Evers, but Miller unable.
Boy, the rims here in Anoka must be really tight because we've seen balls, both games that we've called here today, just a lot of layup situations where it just hasn't gone down.
Peterson fakes the shot, then tees it up, and the Huskies then turn it back over.
Yeah.
On the exchange, so 13-19 to go. Substitution in now, 4. Anoka Ieni will step out and back in. And for the first time this half will be Laram. Frecking to the elbow. Kind of a sloppy pass for Frecking that time. Sandra tied back up. We're going to get a tie up here eventually, I believe. We do, and the possession arrow will give it to Anoka.
Well, now they're going to have some conversation about this. And it is going to be a timeout called by Anoka.
They called the timeout. They said while they were scrambling for possession, well.
And I think the question here is,
do they have possession?
Well, and you think about it, what's more important during the game or during the course of the game? Do you want that jump ball situation or do you want a timeout? And so, it's one of those. Anoka was going to get the basketball no matter what was going to happen there. But, not that you can change it because they were calling a timeout. They got the timeout. But, in that situation, as the game progresses, just kind of an interesting side question. Would you rather have the possession arrow or that timeout late in the game?
We had some of the brackets and all the action coming up here. Just before this game, we get a look at the fans. It says here, we get a look. Winner will take on Centennial, who had an impressive game. Both those teams played so well, but Centennial nudged out a 6-point win, and now we'll take on the winner of this game.
Yeah, and that was a battle. Forest Lake fell behind a couple of different times. Fell behind by 10 in the first half. Erased that deficit, tied the game. Fell behind by 12, or actually 13, but went on a 12-0 run to close to within 1 point. Just couldn't get over the hump.
Shoknek from a 3-ball corner pocket, yes. Her second 3 of the game. And they've extended that lead now, has Anoka to 13, trying to hit on the go. Now they say it went off of the hand that time, tipped away off the hands of Olsen.
Boy, and Andover just can't find room to operate, it seems like. And when they do, something like that will happen, where the ball will go out of bounds and off of them. They're just out of sorts a little bit, it seems.
Shoknek now with 8 in the game. She'll get another look. This one she'll unleash. High off the back of the rim, and here come the Huskies on the transition. Up high, great hands by Miller. Tried to find a teammate cutting down the other side of the lane. Now to Evers, rotates it to the top of the key. Olsen gets it right back in, and now a kick out. Evers gets a look for 3, and no, she was unable to hit that 3 attempt. Front of the rim and off the glass. Rebound. Kuyan
We might be seeing a little bit of a home court advantage here just because Anoka plays in these field house situations where sometimes the shooting background is so far back it can be difficult to get that range. Andover doesn't have that in their gym, so it's a much different shooting background.
Joe Rulin along with Nick Walsh this afternoon. This game coming to you live here on QCTV. Glad to do it. Section final. Beautiful move inside. Love the spin off the glass. And a great, strong close that time by Shaw.
Yeah, that's one of the few times today we've seen really good aggressive movement toward the basket. And Shaw just taking it to the rack. Frecking picks up the foul. Just a second foul for either team in the second half. One for each team now.
Shaw came in averaging 4 a game. And stays at 4. Good rebound. Miller gets her save. Goes reverse. Cannot close it. A little short. Disrupted. Turnover back. And it goes back to Andover.
Well, Miller did a nice job of splitting that double team, but again, just unable to finish there. Picked up the rebound, battling a little bit, and then some physical play there, and the ball rolls out of bounds. And you can see the way that Kuyan reacts to that, puts both hands on her head, and now taken away again.
Yep, Fields had it at the elbow, was going to try to hit Miller, but stepped in front by Anoka. Shoknek. Now an entry pass into Yanni. Shoknek likes this three, but it's off the side of the rim, and Ianni that time takes a swat and moves it out of bounds. So 11-13 to play. The Huskies down by 11, 31-20. Game was 22-11 at half. Winner advances to the section championship here, or at least to the lower seed. Kicked up, crossover dribble, poked away. Good play by Fields on that turnover. Set up, moving low, looking across.
Both of these teams off their pace of scoring for sure as Miller goes in.
Good strong move, goes over the top of Shoknek, and Miller converts back now to just a 9-point deficit.
Andover is not a high-scoring team by nature. They only average 50 points per game, but still well below their pace. Anoka about 60 points per game.
Foul on Evers there as Ianni attempts to make a move inside. Ianni here obstructed. They call the foul on Evers. That is her third. Frecking is on the bench right now. Kind of a good chance here for the Huskies to make a move.
And Andover has had some games like this where they just can't find their offense. They had a game earlier this season in early February against Elk River. They only scored 20 points in the game. So they have had games where their offense just disappears. And unfortunately for them right now, at least, this is one of those games. You don't want to have it happen in the section semifinal, but right now just battling really with themselves as well as the defense of Anoka, which has played well, but they've still got 10 minutes, and the game is still within reach. It's only an 11-point game.
Holmgrenson now in. Inside, getting the pass, going high-low. Evers to Miller, converts. Miller now with 13, leads the Huskies. They try to go high-low inside, does Anoka, and they draw a foul on the reach-in, and I think that's going to be on, might be on Bobby.
And it's clear as it is on Bobby.
That's good.
The inside game, that they're stressing the inside to Miller. She had 2 points in the first half. She's got 11 now. You said 13 for the game, so correct. 11 in the second half. So she has been the cornerstone of this offense in the second half.
Ione converts the first of 2 from the charity stripe.
And considering they only have 13 points in the second half, she's got 11 of them. They still haven't really found any other option.
Olsen back in for the Huskies.
Shaw was the only other player on that drive and score to tally anything for the Huskies here in the second half.
Olsen inside, tries to get it again. On the deflection, back to Evers, rotating the Huskies around the perimeter. Olsen now going baseline and trying to go underneath on the reverse that time. Again was Miller. Foul is whistled. This will be the 4th team foul.
Coach Novak really frustrated on that call there, as that shot was off the bottom of the basket, which means that there really wasn't any lane, and so I think he's more frustrated at the player committing the foul than the foul being called, but probably frustrated all the way around.
Evers hits that first of 2 with 9:39 to go here in this second half. Huskies looking to make a move, hits every part of the rim, and finally down on the shot from the charity stripe. For the Tornadoes, 18-8 and the number 1 seed in Section 7-4A. If they can win, they will host the section championship game and take on Centennial. If the Huskies get the W, they would travel to Centennial for the section final. Good turnover, good D, tying it up. Whistle on the tie-up. Frecking will now come back in.
Shaw also coming in for Andover.
Tornadoes this season, I mean, they played some great competition. Was Minnetonka was one of their losses. Lakeville North, Elk River, Maple Grove, Eastview. All of them are in the top 10 of the brackets in Class 4A. Also losses to Crosby, Ironton. They are number 2 in the state, next to Providence Academy. Bringing up a 3. Nope, short that time. The attempt for Peterson. Just under 9 now to play. Working it to the elbow. Fields fakes the 3, stops, pops. Back of the rim, had a good cadence and flow to that jump shot, but could not convert. Just under 9. Left here in the second half. Good pass inside. Iani drifts it back. This is going to be Holmgrensen with a shot that is short. Now back again.
We've talked about the offense for Andover, but Anoka has also struggled throughout this game. Just 34 points. And
in and out by Evers. You mentioned she shoots pretty well from three-point range.
I was going to say, I kind of side there, and I'm not cheering with one team or another here, but it's just amazing to me, the shooting right now. It's just really a struggle. A total rock fight.
Deflection comes out, reflects inside, converts. Iani with 6. At that time, the ball just deflected, ricocheted. The loose change ended up in the hands on the pass back to Iani.
A really nice little baby hook there.
To the wing. Fields one takes this. Hard off of the back and off the glass. Conversion, transition. Peterson drops it back to a trailer through her hands. Good hustle to stick with it.
And a foul is going to be called. Yep.
I think everyone thought that ball was just arbitrarily going to go out of bounds.
It just sat there, and for a second, nobody went for it, and it's like a ball going down the first or third base line on a bunt, and you just keep waiting for it to go foul, and it never does. Sometimes it kind of sits on that little grass edge.
And that's tough because that's the 4th foul on Evers.
Yeah.
You could see on the replay, the Frecking gets that inside. Good, strong defense, but they're going to call Shaw for the foul. Shaw, just a junior.
That's on Miller, so that's going to be her 3rd personal foul. So not a lot of fouls in this game, but the primaries are starting to stack them up.
That it is. And
Frecking, a 71% free throw shooter on the season.
Bobie back in. Mira Bobie. Evers now takes the bench and converting. Frecking hits the 3, throws 38-26. Back to a 12-point lead now for the Tornadoes. To the wing, controlled, and a kicker out. That was Shaw. Shaw looking for it back. She'll weave underneath now to Fields. Anoka continued to play some defense and fronting Miller time and time again. This time the pass Not much room to work with once she did get that ball. In fact, she was tied up, and the Huskies will get it on the possession arrow. Wow. It's just tough they're fronting her and then trying to get to the backside and tie it. Miller has a look for three and rims it out. Good board, good hustle there. Brought down by Olsen, the senior. To the drive, left-hand shot, swatted away by Ayani. Still scrambling for the ball, controlled, and now Peterson bringing it across the midcourt line. The Tornadoes looking for a quality possession here. Regimes the baseline, deflected, and this is a three attempt by Peterson. Cannot convert. 6.5 to play. Cross court. Bobby drives the baseline, stops, pops, in and out. Then again a good offensive rebound, and Miller converts.
Yeah, Miller now has more than half of the points. She's got 15, and Andover has 28 here with 6:18 to go.
Huskies will need to make their move, and Evers getting ready to check back in with her 4 fouls. Pressure up top. Now top of the key, picking up the dribble. Looked as though she wanted to shoot. Did Peterson, she'll pass it. Frecking hard, power drive down the lane.
And that was good defense by Shaw almost the whole way in. She stayed in front of her, but Frecking just was able to beat her in the end as we've got a timeout on the floor.
12-point lead, 40-28 in favor of Anoka. Winner advances to the section finals. And this year, as you'd mentioned before, it's kind of an anomaly now that the home team, the best seed team, the number 1 seed, will be the home team. Or if Centennial would win, or excuse me, if Anoka loses, then Centennial would be the home team. And they were playing well. You get a look at the fans here on a Saturday matinee of high school girls section basketball. They got treated to a great game also earlier today. Centennial with a nice-looking win over Forest Lake.
Well, and it's an interesting question. I mean, you've got, on one hand, neutral sites, you kind of balances things out, but then you look around, and we've had good crowds here in Anoka. This section traditionally has been held in North Branch, and so you have to go up there. Almost all of these teams have to travel, and it's not a short distance for some of these teams. You're talking, 40, 50-mile drive where, if you're from a place like Morton, where you got to travel every single time, maybe, 30, 40, or I'm originally from Osakis up in the central part, all your games are 30, 40 minutes away. But here in the metro, people are not used to that. And so you've got good crowds today. We've had a good crowd in the first game as well. So I think that's the balance point. The only question is, if Duluth East was ever the number 1 seed in your section, for instance, you wouldn't want to go up there and have to have everybody go up to Duluth. So it works well for now, and we'll see how it goes.
Speaking of Duluth, the Andover boys hockey team advanced with a win in Duluth. Converting, hitting the 3. Beautiful looking 3, timely. Converts for Olsen. Huskies now back in double digits, just within 9. Good pressure by Fields on Kuya. Step back, taking it hard, power drive to the lane, called for the travel.
Well, and it's funny that, you look 5:16 to go. I mean, we've been talking about offense, the lack of offense, the struggle. What Andover needs right now, if they have any chance, they need stops. They cannot allow hardly any more points. The way their offense has been running today, 40 might be about the cap for winning this game.
Boy, good inside, good hands by Miller, although she was swatted as she put that shot up. Unable to convert, and now here comes Anoka.
And Anoka's been able to force a ton of turnovers as well, and that's what's helping them just maintain this lead.
A little shake and bake move that time. Controlled on the rebound after the miss. Andover quickly trying to convert this into points. Cross court. Fields sets it across. Evers gets a look at 3. Still only just that 1-3 here this afternoon for Evers.
Nice job to hustle and get that ball, Logan Miller.
Big step. She's left all alone. Gets it, converts, foul called on Ianni. That's going to send Miller to the free throw line. Miller with 15 already for the game. That's the third foul on Ianni.
Well, and remember, all three of these games now, Andover at the end of the day has been within striking distance. They were down early in all three games. In the first two, at least, they were able to close the gap late. We'll see if they can do it a third time, but they're going to have to convert in places like this, I can tell you that.
And psychologically, it helps, too. Hey, cut that to maybe 8 to 7.
Yep.
Chip away. You still have time. 4:23 left in the second half here, and Miller hits that second. Now to an 8-point deficit.
And if you're Anoka, play turnover-free basketball. Even if you don't make shots, don't turn the basketball over. Don't give Andover any additional opportunities offensively.
Shoknek brings it up. Across the way to Kuyan. Bounce pass, disrupted, turnover. Good job. Way to defend there by Andover, and now there's I'll look for this three and missing. Good attempt, almost a save. Not because of a lack of effort by Olsen.
No, that was a really good play by Olsen. The ball just didn't go out of bounds once she threw it off him.
Holmgrenson drives the lane, gets by Evers. Evers cannot pick up that foul. She has 4 already.
And they're going to get a foul. They're going to get a foul on Ianni.
And hey, stops the clock.
Yep.
It doesn't put him at the line, but it is the 4th on Ianni.
Yeah, and that's just a frustration foul. And I'm sure if you're a player for either one of these teams, you're starting to get really frustrated with, you want to score. You want to go to that's the fun of the game, is scoring the basketball. It's just been kind of a walking in mud up a hill for both of these teams all game.
Mentioned Evers coming in, the junior, been averaging 12 points a game. She had 40 3-pointers, leading the team in that category.
Shaw has blood, I think, on her arm, or maybe the jersey, and so she's going to have to come out of the game. She might have to change jerseys too if she's got blood on the jersey. But we'll have a stoppage here, and you get a minute to work on it to see if they can clean the blood. And it looks like they're cleaning the jersey is what they're doing. They're disinfecting the jersey, and it looks like we're going to have a substitution here.
Of course, the Tornadoes, winners of the Northwest Suburban Conference this year. And jumping back in is Homburg. 5'7" freshman with 3:38 to play.
Now what they're doing here, they're looking at other players to see if there's any blood on any other jerseys before they start. There must have been somebody got a cut, and so just making sure everybody else is blood-free.
Fields quickly to the lane. Kickback. Here's a 3 attempt. Again for Andover. Hard off the rim. We've got a whistle and a kick in the ball that's going to go back.
Wow.
To the Huskies.
Advantageous there for Andover. That ball was loose, was rolling down the court, and looked like maybe Anoka was going to have it, and then the ball blown dead by the kick. So advantage there for Andover.
Looking to stop. Kicking inside if they can get it. Evers, no, not there.
And Shaw back in the game after that quick pause to go out.
Now to Miller. She takes a dribble. Strong move, stops, and they're going to call this a foul on.
I don't believe it's. I think that was before the shot, so it's going to be out of bounds.
It is, yep. Foul on Anoka. Kuyan picks up that foul. That'll be the 5th team foul.
And 3rd on Kuyan.
3:11 to go, inbounding it. Andover. Back to Fields. Fields, high pass and trying to control that pass. But unable to bring it down that time was Shaw. The defender was right there underneath, challenging it. And that was Liram. That forced it out of bounds, but it goes off of Andover. Here comes Anoka with their 8-point lead. Been a while since Anoka has put one up. Oh. Good block coming out of nowhere.
And a clean block, yeah. Beautiful play there.
Big time block by Miller. Now, across the way, looking, stopping, pivoting. Trying to get that back into Miller. Shoknek guarding. Reversing. Evers gets this three. Still unable to have it go.
That was good. And she traveled.
Huskies have been given plenty of opportunities now to get back into this.
Well, and that was good ball rotation. They were able to find a wide open Evers in the corner, and she just couldn't hit the shot.
From the perimeter, Field bounces high off the rim. Cross midcourt. Timeout's going to be called by Coach Nick Novak. And wants to have a discussion with the official here. 2:23 to go, an 8-point lead for Anoka.
Boy, and if you're Anoka right now, I mean, certainly you're going to be happy with your defense, and the fact that they were able to keep things. But, if you're Andover and you end up losing this game, I mean, you're going to look back and just agonize, I think, over the opportunities that you had when the defense had sagged off a bit. They've had some open looks, and they just haven't put them down.
Number of opportunities there, too. I know the first-year head coach, Drees, the first year here at Andover for the Huskies. Can't say enough about Ava Shaw, one of the top defenders, also the leadership of Ellie Fields, the floor general, and one of the captains as well. And just trying to find a way. Defensively, they've been able to stymie and keep Anoka, as you said, just to 40 points here with 2:23 to play.
I mean, when you allow 40 points in a game, more often than not, in almost any scenario, you're going to win the game, and you're going to win it fairly handily. But between the defense and just some really struggles offensively, turnovers as well have been a factor. It's been a difficult game on the offensive side of the ball for both teams.
Shaw defended that well into Frecking. Now back a chance here, a 3 attempt.
And yet Andover still has a chance.
They have the time, and they have the opportunity here to tie this up. Pass inside, unable to convert. Anoka is fronting and doing anything they can to sandwich and bracket those post players from getting any easy passes inside. And if they do, then they're going to try to deflect it out. And that strategy that's worked well here for Anoka. The number 1 seed team in Section 7-4A, stripped there by Fields, but they want to call foul. They will. It is Fields. Just her second. 16 foul for the Huskies. Frecking. Works it inside, disrupted there. Frecking on the season has a season high of 40 points versus Coon Rapids, and she also had 24 rebounds in one game versus Moorhead.
Fill in the stats.
Turnover here, chance again. Tough to get down that court without a shot off.
Yeah.
And this may be costing the Huskies.
They've tried to lob that over the defense, and Anoka's just figured it out. They're playing 2 players out front of the Logan Miller every time she goes down, and that's going to be a foul, and it'll be the 7th team foul.
That one's whistled on Ani Olsen.
And a chance here for Ianni to maybe finally put this game out of reach with a pair of free throws. 1:14 to go.
6 on the afternoon for Ianni. Unable to convert on the one-on-one. Then Frecking controls on the rebound on the blind side, hitting a cutter right along the baseline. Peterson cannot convert. Timeout called by Andover with 1 minute left here in this contest here. The winner advances to the section finals.
Evers hit a 3 in the corner with about 5 minutes to go. I think that's the last points for either team. I think both teams have been about a 4-minute drought here since our last point for either side.
Well, we mentioned section finals last year. In the section finals, it was Andover who took on Anoka, and Andover advanced to the state tournament, but Frecking in that game was unbelievable. 36 points. Of course, they also had a Pinga. I used to call her Three Pinga because she hit those threes like no one's business. She also had some great scoring in that game as well. The Huskies, as I mentioned, did advance to the state tournament last year to represent Section 7AAA.
You're seeing the coach and the players of the boys Anoka team. They're going to be the #1 seed in their section as well, as the boys tournaments are coming up next week.
You get a look, yeah. Some of the team members there flashing from one shot to the other in supporting the girls Anoka squad here at Anoka High School. Yeah, it's this time of the season. Everything is, elevating to brackets, to sections, into the state. And just continued more and more here as a look. Hey, it's Huskies boys team, by the way, just advanced to the state tournament earlier this week for hockey, and they'll be playing on Thursday against Stillwater. Another example. And the state wrestling tournament going on as well. There's a look for three, and fortunately, a no-go on that, just short. 40 seconds left. Tornadoes boys basketball team, really an impressive season as well.
And then,
working the clock here.
Barring any changes, the Anoka boys will also get to host the semifinals, barring an upset in the first round. So we'll be back here seeing some more basketball next week.
Well, you leave here and head to an ice rink. Some St. Thomas University hockey.
That's correct. We'll have, that's their final regular season game of the year. They play Michigan Tech. I'm going to be there. You're going to be down at the X. You're going to be doing some wrestling coverage.
Yes. Some individual championship interviews right on the mat. I'll race down there after this, converting both free throws. Peterson, and she's in double figures, 11 now for the game. And now a 10-point lead for Anoka, 42-32.
Anoka boys. Oh, there's a three. Anoka boys did get the #1 seed. They'll take on Cambridge Isanti on Wednesday here, by the way.
Excellent there, converting again. Just the second three-point make tonight for Mila. But another foul drawn there, and 8 now on the game for Mila, as we have 2.4 seconds left in this section semifinals. Peterson converts her 12th point. The first of two. And this a miss. 43-35. That will be the final this afternoon from Anoka High School. Congratulations to the Tornadoes. Their record now goes to 19-8. More importantly now, they advance to the section finals to take on Centennial. For Andover, they dropped to 15-13, had a good run, 4-game winning streak staffed this afternoon. But Anoka, that'll be a great matchup here at Anoka High School.
Yeah, and they played earlier this season here, and it was Anoka winning by 4 points. It was a 53-49 game, so really competitive game, and we'll see if that holds the same trajectory as this. As Anoka wins all 3 games, and all 3 within single digits. They win a game by 7, 8, and 9 in the regular season. So next Thursday night should be a good one between the Cougars and the Tornadoes here in Anoka.
That it is. That'll wrap it up here. An afternoon of high school basketball girls section play. The Huskies take a loss this afternoon, 43-35. Anoka, congratulations again to the Tornadoes. They take home the win and advance one more step to a section championship coming up next week here in Anoka to take on Centennial. I'm Joe Rulin along with the whole crew, and Ryan producing, everyone across the board. Also great to have you with us, Nick. Yeah. And maybe see you again here. It's the Huskies. They lose tonight and this afternoon by a score of 43-35. Thanks for joining us. Have yourself a major league evening at a minor league price.